So good day, everyone. I'm Sam Raposo, admin for the Option Wheel Strategy Facebook group. And together today we have Gianmarco from the Option Trading Club for our weekly review. Gianmarco, welcome.
Hi. How are you, Sam?
Very good yourself, Gianmarco. Let's start a little bit with the indexes last week. Another very volatile week. What can you tell us about last week? Or what can you show us about?
Yes, absolutely. Let's go into the trading platform. Just a second. Okay, here we are. Okay, so the S&P is, of course, that is the main market we all follow. You remember, last week we were here once again above this trending line. And of course, now we had a quite rough week. The trend line is lost, so this kind of support is lost. But we are back down now. As you see, I draw an horizontal support line under the lows of the previous week. That was that sharp Monday pullback. And despite all the weakness that we have seen this week with these two very solid red candle, these lows are holding so far, so that is good. So basically what I can see here is that these unstoppable uptrend now will stop in a way or another. The support on the trending line is lost, and we are going probably in some choppy market, some lateral consolidation. I think, is pretty healthy at this point. We may have a little more downside, but so far at least the solid red candle we saw yesterday, today is being balanced by this volatile, but in the end, green candle. So yeah, I think we are going to be in a choppy market for some time. So that is not too bad for us as an option seller.
That's interesting. So before we go to look at the VIX, I just wanted to quickly say, so we could assume that we're now the support for SPY is around 428, and the new resistance is at the previous support line, which was around 443, if I'm not mistaken, around those lines.
Yeah, something around there. Yeah, I mean, at the moment, for me, the line in the sand to watch is this 428. If we lose these, then more weakness is to be expected. But if we keep going up and down in some range for some time, I'm pretty comfortable to trade in this kind of environment. You know, as an option seller, we have a lot of tools to use in this choppy market. So I think is not going to be too bad. And to be honest, this uptrend was really no more sustainable in my view. So some consolidation is really overdue. And of course, in the VIX, we see the picture of the week as well in terms of volatility, because we had this spike above the 20 level. For me, the 20 level, again, is a line in the sand. When we are below the 20 is a low volatile regime, but when we start to be above the 20, you know, the market is starting to be volatile. And again, today we went up to here and now back down almost in the 20. Yeah. But again, nothing extraordinary, because if you see what happened in the rest of the year, more or less we have always been in this range, so we are about at the middle of the range. And now let's have a look. This week is a weekly expiration, so not too many positions I had open, just a couple to be honest. And I follow up to the close. I have this with ADM. They're both pretty short duration. This is 9 days at the 60 levels. I played these resistance already a few times this year and always work very well. This is a very solid company. I was able, actually, a year when I entered, I was actually slightly in the money, so I got a very good premium, actually $110 per contract, so pretty high annualized return over 9 days, so worked very well. And also I played again MU. You remember I pointed this already a few times in the past conversation. And this time I really played the earnings because I entered just the day before earnings here, and earnings were positive, but stocks went down. But this solid level of support holds pretty well. And because the high implied volatility in just 2 days, I were able to got $82 per contract and a 143 analyzer return. Because when you play earnings like this, you enter the day before earnings, volatility is inflated, and immediately as the earnings go by, there is a crash in volatility, and especially if the price action is like this and the support holds, is a pretty easy play. And to be honest, even if it was going below the 70 with this nice premium to start with, I was pretty comfortable to keep rolling and adjusting, because I love this chart here. It's an overall trend in consolidation. This is really bread and butter for me. And then, as always, I have my couple of trades position open on ARC. This week was pretty tough for ARC. We had these two solid red candle with some bit of consolidation. So what I did actually, first I opened a position expiring next week at the 112, and I had another 112 expiring today. What I did actually, I rolled out 2 weeks and down. So I went from the 120 to the 110, still for a nice profit. And because I don't like to concentrate too much the strike, so I prefer to adjust one. But again, is ordinary. Everything's ordinary for me in this setup with ARC. I've played this many times over, so really comfortable playing this. And then I will look for a few ideas for next week. Let's start with AMD. And after earnings, we had this unbelievable spike up for a few consecutive days, and now there is a digestion in price action. And if we look at these charts, because if you look back at AMD, is always consolidation, spike up, consolidation. We had this long range for some times, and now we went above the 100. Here I pointed out 98, but let's say 100. And if you go back in time, you see lots of period with this horizontal consolidation and up, horizontal up. And we are, in my opinion, again in this range. So the line in the sand again is the 198, and let's say 98 if we want to be a little careful. And because there is good volatility, so good premium, and lots of liquidity for AMDs, is one of the more liquid option, so could be played on the weeklies. So it's something I may consider for next week for sure. And then I was actually attracted by Walmart. I played Walmart in the past in the wheel, and actually I'm very tempted to go back again, because again, is a very solid stock, very solid company, and is in a trading range now, so horizontal consolidation, and adds after a big move up. Now look at how terrible is this. I mean, back down, and now we start to see some lower shadow, and this 135 is an interesting support to me. The only problem with Walmart is low IV, so premium, they are not very high.
Very high.
But yeah, they're not great. But for this sort of company, it's fine, because it's always a compromise between the company and the premium you can get. Because of course, the better the company, and the less volatile and the lower the premium tend to be. But now, because it's so much oversold and this terrible pullback, I think we could get good premium around the 135. And to finish, let's have a look at the lower price stocks, because of course, not always everybody is able to play this higher price stock on the wheel on cash secured puts. This is X is the um, in the steel, in the basic material, and you see again very good uptrend, but again consolidation. So at the moment we are seeing this choppy price action. It went up to test this level of resistance above here, almost in the 30s, and now retrace almost 50% back again to test the 2021. Here we, on the other side, we have a lot of volatility, premium are very good, and also good liquidity. There is possibility also to go for the weeklies. And again, after this huge move on the upside, look back here, very solid red candle, gap down, and now is in this consolidation pattern. So I will be very interested to play something in the 2021 range. Yeah, I think it's all for the moment.
Very good. Well, thank you very much for sharing that information. That's again excellent stocks. Let's see what next week brings to us. If anyone wants to join Gianmarco's newsletter, please look at the description box below. All the details are there. And if you also want to join my Facebook group, Options Wheel Strategy, the information, the link is also in the description box below. Thank you very much, Gianmarco, for this weekly review.
Thank you.
Always appreciated. And I hope that everyone has a great weekend and happy trading. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.